want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. You have your way, I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist.
Hello everyone, nice to see you back. Today's video is about the Ice Age and the magnetic reversal. I will cover just the basics because I am planning next year to make a whole movie about that, a whole series where I am going to take you from the beginning to the end and afterwards about 200 years. My last video I was talking about Poland, the prophecy. I know that might not be too appealing to you, yet this event, what is going to transpire there, it's really very important. The preparation towards the polar reversal are in stages. It is not about the whole main event, the Ice Age, which is not going to happen before or after, immediately. It is the event that is going to happen a little bit later. I will explain that. But the main component of this whole thing that is going to be unfolding, and it's already unfolding, it's the human psyche. It's not so much the outside, the manifestations. It is about you, how you are responding to all that. After all, this is your design. This is designed by you to see how well you can handle that situation. You are so much focused on the fireworks that you keep forgetting who you really are. And this is something that I am going to be addressing over and over and over. And I'm also going to be mentioning this whole belong to a group, because as a single person, you do not have any chance if you desire to go that route. So let's go to today's topic right away. Ben Davidson and Douglas Vogt, those are the most known scientists that are sounding the alarm about upcoming Ice Age and the polar reversal. Douglas, the founder of Diehold Foundation, has a lots of videos dedicated to that. He did a great research. I am leaving a link for you to see them if you want to. I have lots of respect for Douglas for what he did. He invested so much heart, so much work, so much labor into what he did. However, there are things that he missed, and he heavily relies on research based on other scientists. Not everything that was 2,000-3,000 years ago is presented correctly. Things were sanitized for a reason. Some parts were changed. Some evidence which we claim it's a historical and factual, it's not really factual. There are things that were tweaked, and then other researchers, they picked that from there, they also tweaked, and not everything is correct. In his findings, he claims that the Ice Age is coming together with the reversal. His calculations are 12,046. Not correct. You need to understand that Earth is changing position in the solar system constantly. Every 3,000 years, sometimes 2,000 years, not only change the position where it is, but they also change the way it rotates. The length of the year that we calculate right now, it's didn't change for the past 2,000 years, most likely 3,000 years. but it was different back then. And you can find that in Mayans artifacts and writings and all the carvings that indicates that the length of the year was different. From the list of his videos that he made about that, you will find one aspect that he's claiming that the poles are reversing without Earth flipping. So his findings basically are already right there incorrect, because the ocean is not going to go over the continents at all. Never happened. It happens with a different event. I'm going to stressing this out. There is coming something afterwards where if we still have oceans to that degree that we used to have, then yes, that water might go over the land. Another aspect you need to understand that if you look at old maps from, let's say, about 6,000 or 3,000 years ago, you will find that none of those maps are showing any ice caps. There is no ice. Recent findings in Siberia also were dated as 12,000 years ago, or then they changed to 10,000 years ago. That may not be also correct. They are more recent than the magnetic reversal. That happened most likely this flash frozen Siberia and Antarctica when Venus was moving away from Saturn towards to the position where it is right now, which happened a few thousand years ago, right between those polar reversals, between the last one and the one that is about to happen. It wasn't 12,000 years ago or 24,000 years ago. At this point, you might have a question like, is really the Ice Age going to happen? The answer is yes, but it's not going to happen the way it's being presented. Is the magnetic reversal going to happen? Yes, it is going to happen. It's already in progress. And it's not going to happen in 2046. It's going to most likely happen in 2042. That part I am going to explain in the movie that is going to come next year, why I arrived with that date. Douglas is off by 6 years from his calculations, and there is an addition to how we lost about 4 years in the past 12,000 years when the rotation changed, when the speed around the sun changed. That's where we lost those 4 years. Somehow I don't understand how Douglas fit that math. He's actually very close to that date, but it's a puzzle how he used the Torah to do that. I know the kings, the list, he had all this showing that's in the videos, but that is not correct. Everything in the cosmic existence is not measured by days or years or some specific cycle. Is measured by events, and some events may last longer, some less. It depends on the needs of those that are involved. If something requires a little bit more energy, then it's going to take a little bit longer. If there are very complicated situations where there are too many species that they require to be looked after, then this whole process might be extended. Because what science is missing, what I am saying right now, they most likely are going to be laughing and pointing finger and saying this guy is an idiot. But everything is included in this. Bees, trees, grass, you, monkeys, whatever. And each separate species is looked after, is being taken care of. It's not like there is going to be a mass extinction and that's it, it's done. When something exists permanently. Grass is always, and to us, we are under the impression that time is something that is going from A to B. That's linear. Does not exist. There is no past, there is no future, there is only now. And this is something that is really very difficult to explain. but even more difficult to understand. Let me give you an example. Take a look at the pyramids. The pyramids, in our understanding, they happened thousands of years ago. But that is not correct. The pyramids are happening right now, but they are in a different frequency. They are when we were as a collective, we were working in a specific frequency. We are working in a specific frequency. We are organizing a different system, and this is the representation which is happening right this very moment. The artifacts that we find in India, the same story. We see them because they are representation how we are managing our society within that frequency, and therefore we can see that. Those folks from there, they have glimpse into how we are organized, what the system is, how we are working. They also see that right now, and there are many similarities. And like they find the archaeologists, they found many artifacts which are almost identical to ours, because they can see that. They can look into our reality, which is some concept that most scientists do not understand. However, if you ever heard of the project, I believe that was the project Gateway. If you read the released top secret documents which were declassified, then you will, if you have a little bit imagination and you understand science, then you will see how this release of those documents, how much it explains what I'm saying. But let's move towards the magnetic reversal and the Ice Age. Most of you know this channel. This is Ben's Davidson channel. He's doing daily videos, daily updates about the sun, what is happening there. He has a long library of videos about polar reversal, Ice Age, and all the other events that are associated with it. I am going to leave you a link below so you can watch them if you want it. Now take a look at the Ben's approach to explaining this whole thing. He made a lot of videos which are all about cataclysm and catastrophism and what's not. I am not a big fan of the way he does. However, I have respect for this guy because he is a really smart guy who does a lot of positive and good teaching others about all the forces. He's a great observer. Yet I simply don't like the way it is. In fact, I mentioned to him that he should be more positive. His reply was, "I'm not here to cuddle." Okay, but at some point you will need cuddle. So there it goes. There are also his findings, they are nothing more than speculations. They are based on scientific observations and all the evidence that were dug out from the ground, and when science looking at them and through experiments in the labs, they concluded that this might happen this way. However, we do not know if this is going to unfold the way he's presenting to us, because too many things are dropped into the same basket. They should be separated. For example, the weather. The weather is going to be freaky, always was, and every few hundred years it is. That's a given. So what we are seeing right now, it is going to be freaky weather until it is going to stop. The reason for that is the spinning of the Earth. Earth is going to increase drastically to the point that you will notice that the day is shorter. That is also going to make the Earth in the equator expanding a little bit. All the oceans, the water, because of that centrifugal force, is going to move there, and also the atmosphere is going to expand. So the mechanics in the atmosphere is going to change a little bit. So are the dynamics of the oceans are going to change. The energy that's coming from the sun is also going to be absorbed by the magnetic poles, which are shifting right now in different ways, which is going to have impact. So what I see, I am going to give you only just a little bit, that we are going to have increase in temperature is going to go drastically up to the point that at night we are going to have 30 to 40 Celsius at night. That's how hot it's going to be, and we are going to lose sunlight because after the volcano starts erupting, we are going to have basically like a hazelnut hue everywhere. It's going like brownish sky. But before that even happens, you will start noticing that the sky is not anymore blue. It's turning into like muddy color, and then it's going to be like hazelnut. That's the first indication are going to be that. And then how it is possible that the temperature is going to stay that way, I don't know. You need to ask someone who is a scientist, because I do not understand that. I do not know. I am not pretending that I do understand. I am only sharing with you what is being presented to me. And then maybe there is someone who can actually figure out this whole thing. Now it comes to the ice age that is going to happen a little bit after the reversal. Scientists are correct. They are almost right on a point where they are calculating when this ice age happened. However, there is a margin of error, but even if we take to consideration a very small error, like 0.1%, that's still a few hundred years, even if it's only a few decades. This part I am going to cover some other time, because what I see, the ice age is really going to happen, and is going to be really severe, but it's going to be afterwards. It's going to flash frozen. Some sections of Earth are going to be flash frozen, and then from that the cold is going to expand, and we are going to have a really nice ice age. Believe me, when there is ice age, we are okay, we are safe. It's better than heat, because nothing will grow. If you have ice age, you can grow stuff under ice, you can grow stuff in caves, but if it's really hot, that's a really problem. So let's take a look at the facts. There is going to be magnetic reversal already in progress. There is going to be ice age. Yes, it will happen, but it's not going to happen right away. The weather will change. It's already changing, and it's going to be, in some cases, it's going to be like a minus 70s Celsius. In some countries where they had minus 30, minus 40, including US, but it's also going to be plus 40, plus 50 in some places. And then closer to the main event, the temperature is going to rise to about plus 30 at night. This is going to be really, really nasty. The continents are going to be changing, the shores of the continents are going to be changing in such a way that no institution will catch up with changing the maps. There's going to be a lot of confusion about that, because once they make the new map, a few hours later, the shores are going to change. It is all due to the rotation. As I said, I will dedicate special series, or I'm going to make one long video about that, the whole elements, the way they were presented to me, and then you can watch that. I am hoping that I'm going to find someone who will help me with that, because I am not a techie guy. You can see the videos, the editing could be better, the sound could be better, but I am not trying to be flashy. I'm just trying to pass the information the best I can. But in this case, it would be awesome to have someone like knows some effects, who can provide some backgrounds or music or do nice editing and write a script for that. That would be very beneficial, and I'm looking for someone who has credentials, someone who is trustworthy, someone who has connection, let's say, to the Electric Universe or the people from Thunderbolt projects, because those are people that they already have established themselves that they are trustworthy and they know what they are doing. I don't want someone who shows up at my door and say, give me the information, I'm gonna make it. Not going to happen. Okay? Between now and the moment where things are gonna go really sour, focus on something that is how to grow your stuff. I see on YouTube there are lots of channels that are already teaching people how to grow stuff in very unusual ways. For example, there is someone who is teaching how to grow, do the vertical gardens or indoor gardens. Learn how to do that. This is going to be very helpful for you. And stop believing this narrative that there are a group of men that they are going to trying to get you, that they are going to imprison you, you won't be able to do anything. In fact, those people that you are blaming, they are trying to help you as much as they can. And because of the narrative is for going on for so long, so our parents were programmed to believe that, and now they pass that information to the children, and the children are believing that, and they are passing to their children. So this is like a snowball effect. I know some people which are older than me or my age or even younger, that they started on the right foot, but somehow they get under the influence of people like Alex Jones, David Icke, and they are convinced that those folks are correct, that they don't even question their information, they don't even research that further. I am different guy. In me is someone sitting that is saying, no, I have to see that for myself. I want to see the evidence. I want to go and ask the question, is that possible? What needs to happen that this is possible? Who is behind it? Is it true? And so on. When you ask intelligent questions, you are gonna get answers. I want you to do the same thing. Stop, turn off the TVs, turn off the old crap that is going on around, and focus on your family. Get together, bring all your uncles, whatever, cousins together, explain to them what is happening. Get joint forces, if necessary, form society, register, have some legal entities, purchase a piece of land, and have that land for yourself, for the people, not for profits, but just to grow stuff for yourself. You can still do that. You're running out of time. You are about 3 years away from financial collapse, completely. The idea that the Bitcoin is going to be the thing is the same way like the .com. You just do a research that, see what happened when people were investing in that. What happened to the fever of .com? What happened? People lost everything, and you are about to do the same. Money is already done. It's finished. People are like changing that for gold and diamonds and silver and what's not. Now, ask yourself a question. Why all those channels are asking you to buy the gold? Do you understand? You are not going to buy anything for using gold. Nothing. Absolutely. Zero. Imagine that the stores and everything is the same way. The money is collapsing and it's almost done. And there is no monetary exchange. There is no currency. Do you think that stores are going to be designed to accept your golden coins Think about it. None of them will ever remember that. I am wrapping up this video. The platform in 2022 is going to change. I am having unwanted visitors, not only on the channel, on my website, on my Facebook. Some comments, you don't see them because I set the account in such a way that they are either removed by Google right away or I am removing them physically. Some of them are really nasty. I am not afraid to be criticized, but if it's done in a really nice way, you can tell me anything. But if someone is showing up and is using language, swearing and threatening, that is not going to fly with me. I am not allowing that. Simple as that. I had a few days ago someone on my Facebook. I kicked 2 of them already. And if this is gonna continue, I am simply going to have a membership portal where people need to leave email address and their names so we know who we are. Because right now on this channel, you are very nice people. I like the group that you are with me because I am not having problems. But once in a while, an idiot shows up. Even one of the high schoolers told me that there is a dark web sniffing around my channel, which I don't understand why. Of course, agencies are using whatever media they have at hand, so it might be one of them. But still, if that is not going to change, I will simply, I care for you, and I am going to do that in such a way that not to be at cost to you, but rather to be in safe, friendly environment where we can even say more and we can exchange ideas, we can have dialogue going on. And I am always welcoming your input. Each time, you just please leave me any comment you want. I answer all of them. But if you are one of those guys who is extremist and is focused on one side on the road and is trashing someone, sorry, you have to go somewhere else, not here. I am not promoting one side over the other, and I never will. I will present my view about either leftists or right-wingers or some religious fanatics, but I will never say that you should not do that. Your personal beliefs, your personal values are yours, and I don't have any rights to go and change them or convince you that you are incorrect. Alright, so guys, if you are first time here, please do subscribe, please do check the notification bell, and of course thumb up, that is going to help me, and see you in the next video.